1-0, simple as that, and we have forward checked this team here.
Oh yeah!
Hello and welcome back to another episode as part of the Pacific Pursuit, and welcome back to Sao Paulo, where in today's episode we have got two games coming up, two in a row, off the back of two in a row away from home. We play against Atletico Nacional, a Colombian team who we have played against before with Nacional, I think it was. We play against them today in the Copa Libertadores, where we are already qualified for the next round. We have topped the group, I think, as well. I think it's confirmed, yeah, we're well clear. 5 out of 5 wins. It's been a very, very good campaign for us. And then we go and play against the team who had all these players who are predicted to win all the trophies, like the individual awards. Guarani FC they're called. As you can see here, we'll be playing against them today, and hopefully we'll give them a bit of a fraud check. That was always be nice to do that. I mean, if we're going to take a look at the first division, none of their players are anywhere to be seen, so I don't know why they were given that, but it's been a very bad start to the league for us. I think we've had a very difficult start, in my opinion. I think we're very good outside of everything. We played against Botafogo in the third round of the Brazilian Cup and got a win there in those games, but we had a game against Palmeiras, Corinthians, Santos and Fluminense. It's very tough first 4 games to have, really. We do have some more favourable ones coming up after that, but we lost 1-0 away, 1-0 away and 2-0 at home. We could have been better, but it's not to say that the team's in a bad state. We have probably started with a lot more losses than we'd really like to, but we have won 2 trophies. We might be on to defend our Copa Libertadores title, and we played in that Super Cup final as well. 2 trophies at this point already, even with all those losses. It's not the worst position to be in. We are still here with Sao Paulo, and we're going to see what we can do whilst we are. Let's get straight into it. The first game of the day, we go away to Colombia to play against Atletico Nacional. Can we make it a perfect group stage? Let's find out. So the team for this game against Atletico Nacional: Mateus in goal, backline of Carioca, Villejas, Wallace and Sergeant Tim, Garner, Bell, Fernando in the middle. We've got Rodolfo on the left. None of the right wingers fit to play yet. So Rodrigo comes in on the right and Tony is up top. Tony, I realise actually now, De Silva is the one who actually misses out, so Tony is up front for now. Kick off here in this game against Atletico Nacional. I think it will be nice to just get a win under the belt. I think we can go on and do. We had a game against Fluminense. Was it the Fluminense game, the last one? The kind of warm-up game since I've just come on here. Yeah, 1-1 draw. It was a bit of a late equaliser there. I don't think we're in a bad spell of form, if I'm honest. I mean, I don't really know what's the way to describe it, really, because we have been so good in this Copa Libertadores campaign. Maybe we go and defend our title. That would be nice. I mean, if we can go and do it again, why not? We might as well. We've got other teams to look at. Talleres, who are there. We've got River Plate, who are there, Estudiantes, teams we've all beaten. I mean, Talleres we beat, River Plate we beat, Estudiantes I feel like we played them at one point, but I'm not sure. Fluminense, we've beat them before. Corinthians, we've definitely beat them. We beat them in the final, if you remember, but we'll keep that quiet. Flamengo, we beat them. I think we beat all the big teams in Brazil by now, but it's just the results are a bit probably inconsistent is the word. And then the ATG team from Brazil, it is obviously a lot of Brazilian teams who are looking to get through, but these are the teams who are top in the group, mostly the Brazilian ones, but we showed what we could do against those Brazilian teams, and I feel like I feel like we're becoming a team which we are the team to beat, and everyone just hates playing against us, and it's everyone's, every Brazilian team's mission now to try and beat this Sao Paulo team, and I think that we are creating a very, very scary team. There's not been loads that have changed, but this team, I said when I came here, I think they had a really good squad. It's just an unfortunate position that they found themselves in with the last manager, and I've picked up a very good team. I've kept them, and they've worked out very, very well, so we need to go and look to continue to tap into that. Let's have a look here. Sergeant Tim beats his man, he can't get it back again. It's clear there has been a change. I've put Tony over and Rodrigo in the middle with all that finishing that Rodrigo has. You want someone like that with all that presence in the box. I'm going to have a look at who. I assume it will be Rodrigo. It should be Rodrigo. It will be Rodrigo when I do make him the penalty taker here. You know, he did miss a penalty in that shootout. I'm not sure. Was it one of the ones I showed on camera? We did have that Santos one that was off camera, but I feel like it was. I know it wasn't actually. It was the Santos one where he did miss, but I'm sure he won't miss here. Rodrigo with the penalty to make it 1-0 here in Colombia. Lovely penalty straight into that bottom right corner. No chance of the Nacional, the Atletico Nacional goalkeeper getting his hands on that, and that is a very, very good start. It looks like Nacional are going to make it through as well, which is nice. It would be good to play against them in a game, but we'll have to see. We should have the draw by the end of this episode. I don't know if it'll be straight away, but we do have that game against Guarani, which will be nice because I feel like they may have been hyped up a little bit. I want to go with that kind of story, you know, that they have been hyped up a lot, and we are there to fraud check them. We pick up our first 3 points of the season, and you know, it's a rough start, but I feel like we always do lose that first game of the season, and we do always come back, which is the more important thing. And we have a league title to defend there once again, and we're still on in the Brazilian Cup. Why not go and complete a travel? I don't see any obvious move to make at the moment. If a job does come up that does look interesting, then maybe the Everton job has come up, but I'm not sure. The only other thing I was really thinking of doing is going to like a really, really small club and seeing what we can do with them. Just try and build them up for 2 years maybe, but I don't know. I'm really enjoying the time here with Sao Paulo. Also the Brazil games, it's probably not those games the other day are probably not the last time you will see that Brazil squad before the World Cup, and obviously that is what we are building up to, the World Cup, and having a look what we can we can do before then. It'll be a really interesting time that we've got coming up to wrap up the Pacific Pursuit, and then whatever we do after that, who knows. What a turn that is from Fernando. Incredible goal from Luis Fernando, the turn and the finish into that top left corner. Absolutely incredible stuff, and we will lead 2-0 here. That is definitely a goal, no reason why it wouldn't be, and that is a very, very good goal, potential goal. I mean, you know, if we do this award ceremony, we've got to think of some goals. Do let me know in the comments. I mean, the one who won it, it was what was his name now? I forgot the name. The defender who we had with Tromso. He played as like the libero. I remember that shot so clearly when trying to pick a goal of the Pacific, or goal. What was it then? It was the goal of the corners is what we titled it. But when looking for the goal of the Pacific, there has been a few, particularly in recent times, but it's hard to remember really. But that one definitely did stand out. What was his name now? I can't remember. All I remember is he came to us, and then he went to Southampton after. He was a Spanish defender, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have to have a look in that ceremony video, but it was a very good goal from him. Cusqueta plays his ball into the middle. Can we get a header on that? Carioca went up for it, but he wasn't able to do anything with it in the end. We'll look to rest some players, maybe rotate a little bit against that Guarani team. Not a team I'm too familiar with really. How are they doing in the league table? They are above us, as pretty much every team is at this point. But they've only picked up 1 win and 3 losses. It would be very nice to beat them, because I am a bit frustrated that players like Gabriel da Silva, Rodrigo even, with all that reputation, and you know, the likes of Tony, McCormick, have not found themselves with a place. I mean, I think last year it was Rodolfo, if I'm not mistaken, but none of them were given a mention in any of those awards, which just doesn't make sense, because you feel like they are the types of players who should be getting in there. I don't really know what happened, who knows, but let's just go and give them a bit of a fraud check in the next game. Hopefully it's 2-1 here. It's a header that we lose out on. We are really good with the headers when we're attacking, but defensively I think it's maybe the position in some of the players. I don't really do too much with that, because I feel like if you're going to hire a set piece coach, you might as well let them do their job. You know, it's like one of them. What's the point in spending money on the coach if they're not going to kind of do the job and do what they specialise in the set pieces? I don't specialise in set pieces. I mean, it is part of the team and the tactics, but I do specialise in managing the team in all the types of play that we do here. And this is another one, Cusqueta, that is so unlucky. I thought it was a miss, but the commentary has just saved us there, fortunately, because I would have been fuming. He's done so well to get around, but then is not able to convert. But luckily, it was just a bit of a block in the end, really. But as I was saying, I'm the one who manages kind of what we do on the pitch. I'm not. It is part of being on the pitch, but I'm sure you get what I mean in terms of that. So I do leave that there. But maybe it feels like I've definitely said it before. We have to kind of do our own set pieces sometimes because I feel like it doesn't go well for us. Sometimes it goes really well. Sometimes it doesn't. I remember I was looking at him recently. Marcus Vinicius, you will remember him. Here's Fernando in behind. Can he get his second of the game? He does. Such good stuff from Fernando. His Copa Libertadores records are so good. 3 goals this season plus the 2 today takes him to 5. And then if we go to Continental, 6 last season. Such a good player, and he makes it 3-1 returning today as well from injury. Always nice to see. But yeah, what was I saying about how this? I remember Marcus Vinicius, who potentially we could bring in. To be fair, I don't want to take him away. I know we could definitely get him, but I don't want to spend the money on him first of all. He is quite a bit, to be fair. But he is actually having a really good time with Nacional. He might have scored in that game that's going on between them at the moment. If we go and take a look, he should be currently playing in a game. If we go to, where would it be? Is Europe? Is there games on? No, there's Champions League games on apparently. If we go to South America, we'll have to look quick. Go down. Is he here? He's not here, but he is doing well. He's scoring loads of goals. And he was an absolutely incredible player. But the focus is here now with Sao Paulo. Who knows? Maybe we ring him in by the end. But the full-time whistle goes. And it's a very good 3-1 win away in Colombia. And the team for this game against Guarani. I'm excited for this one. Mateus in goal. Carioca, Villejas, Wallace, Sergeant Tim. Garner, Castaneda comes in for the rested Bell. Fernando. We've got Rodolfo on the left, McCormick in on the right, and Tony moves back up top. Kick-off here in this game. I shouldn't say kick-off really. It's been very, very slow start. Hopefully not one of those games where we don't get a single highlight, because I would like to win this game quite convincingly. Whether or not we do, we'll have to see. Here's Garner on the ball, Castaneda over the top, McCormick in behind, into Tony, 1-0, simple as that, and we have forward-checked this team here, and hopefully it continues. The game's not done yet, but I don't know why, I'm just really set on doing it now. I feel like it's a bit of disrespect to our players, the fact that they got in. I don't think it was a game glitch. Maybe a bit of a money team. I don't know what the finances say. I forgot how you check it, but like, will it show here? It shows the media prediction to be 19th. The finances are okay. I don't really know. I don't know what has gone on with that, but I don't think they will be doing that. It looks like we might pick up our first 3 points of the season. There's another chance here. Sergeant Tim into Garner. Garner finds McCormick. Castaneda, lovely bit of play, and it's not a penalty somehow, and all of a sudden it could be a bit of an attack for the opposition, but we cut it out. Here's Wallace on the ball into Garner. Garner, Wallace, the return ball. Where will it go? Will he play in behind? It finds Garner. Garner's advancing into Tony over the top, and he's not able to score in the end. So close to making it 2-0, but he's not able to in the end into the final part of this first half, and that is a very good first half to say the least. Now this needs to continue. We can go and make some early changes. Rodolfo really struggling. I think he's got the injury now. Should have taken him off a lot earlier. Bit of a lower leg injury by the looks of it. I'm gonna put, I'll put Cusqueta. I think Rodrigo can be utilised in some of the other positions, and with Cusqueta being, I guess Rodrigo is a more natural right winger, but he is more of a squad option. Cusqueta, if he's natural in that position, we might as well play him. But we brought him on here, and he finds Tony in the middle. 2-0 here in this game, and this is your real player of the season. Tony scores again. It's 2-0 here. It's Cusqueta with the ball in. A very, very good decision to bring him on. His first touches of the game, I think. And he comes on, 48 minutes, then 51st minute. Cuzqueta plays that ball. We're finally out the relegation zone. We do have a game in hand on quite a few teams, or one team actually. I mean, there's a lot of teams who we have a game in hand over, but we can't overtake them. There's some teams who have less than us. I don't know how, but next episode, what it will be, maybe it's a knockout tie, but I don't know if it will be both legs. It depends who we play, really. We're not kind of invested as much now into that Copa Libertadores campaign, but it might just be what is going on with that player on the far side. By the way, I swear his arm's just popped out or something. It's very interesting what I've just seen. He's just bent his arm in some interesting ways. But as I was saying, we're not as invested anymore in that Copa Libertadores campaign. Whether or not we will go on and do well in it, and whether or not we'll show the whole thing, we'll have to see. Tony's in behind here for his hat-trick. Can he get the finish away? He takes it wide. It's probably a good decision in the end. He finds Cuzqueta. Can Cuzqueta play it in? He does for Luis Fernando McCormick, and that is poor from in the end, really. He's got to be pointing that away. You'd expect a bit better from McCormick, but what can you do, really? Rodrigo on, that's the obvious change there. Sergeant Tim off, will bring on Moreira there into that right back position, and then we could potentially put Moreira over to that left side to bring Carioca off as well. No sign of this Guarani team getting into this game. It's been a very, very good display from us, and there's not really much cause for complaining here as they find themselves on the ball. We're finally going to pick up our first 3 points. Bit of a rough start to our league proceedings, but it will be a good win. That will get us on our way. But Moreira has gone flying in there. If he'd have clipped him there, we could have had a few issues in terms of card dealing from the referee. There's a ball in behind here. It hits the post. Good bit of defending in the end from Villegas, who does very, very well at centre back. I think he's quite an agile player. He's got that ball playing quality, which I think is really, really important as a defender, and that obviously comes natural to him. So it's something that we can really kind of tap into. And then we've got as well his defensive abilities, which he's very, very capable at. We're going to swap. Carioca has picked up a knock, I think, was it said, or something like that. We'll go and bring on Hadzik there. There's a chance here. Tony, can he round the keeper? He looked like he nearly was able to. It's Tony now. He goes into Cuzqueta. Cuzqueta, can he look to square it, pull it back potentially? Where will he go? He finds Carioca. Castaneda, he's looking to advance now, and nothing comes from that there, but it does go. It's recycled over to that far side. The final few moments. Overall, a very good episode. 2 wins, 2 very good displays, and the full-time whistle's going to go here in this game, and we have successfully full-checked this team. It's the first win of the league season. So once again, thank you for watching. If you did enjoy that video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'll leave with this little tune. I'll see you again tomorrow, whatever we're up to. Thank you, bye.